I'm Steve Casado with Adrenaline Barbecue Company. Today we're making baked ziti on the Slow N Sear. Seasons are changing, the weather's getting colder, it's a little chilly outside. On cool fall days like this, you crave something comforting. Today we're gonna turn the Weber kettle into a wood-fired oven and make some delicious baked ziti. First we gotta get the sauce made and the ziti prepared. This is a food mill, and this is what I'm gonna use to puree the tomatoes. If you don't have one of these, just use a blender on a really low speed. I like to use San Marzano tomatoes. This is probably the most widely available version of San Marzano tomatoes that are true San Marzano. You have to look to make sure that there's like some sort of designation of origin. A lot of brands will market themselves San Marzano and have a higher price point, but they're domestic tomatoes. So just keep an eye out. Nice smooth base to start our sauce. You can use a ziti or a rigatoni, and a lot of baked zitis usually have the ziti that's a smooth noodle, has no ridges or anything in it, and that's fine if you want to use it, but I prefer something that has a little bit of ridge to it. See, it's got a little bit of sort of crevices for that sauce to kind of cling to. So I like this. This brand I believe you can find most places. If not, get Barilla, Cola Vita. I'm just gonna take about 6 cloves of garlic and slice them as thin as I can. When you chop anything, you want to make sure that you've got one finger in the lead, all your fingers kind of behind and curled, and just run the blade against your middle finger and just rock and chop. As you're cutting, just pull your hand back and it just guides your knife. I've got a pound of ground chuck and a pound of hot Italian sausage. So I'm gonna brown this up in the pot and get it nice and browned. Then I'm gonna throw in the sliced garlic and let that kind of get fragrant. Then we're gonna add the sauce and just let it cook. I've got 4 cheeses. I've got ricotta. I'm gonna put it in a sieve. Ricotta can be a little watery, so I just wanna drain some of that moisture out. And then any moisture that's in there will just drain out. I've got Parmigiano Reggiano grated, and then I have fresh mozzarella, and then like a dried whole milk mozzarella. So this sauce is basically everything you see in front of you. Basil, garlic, 2 cans of the San Marzano tomato, a pound of ground chuck, a pound of hot Italian sausage, and we're gonna use some olive oil. As far as the kettle's going, I've got a full chimney. Half of it's filled with regular charcoal. The other half is filled with pecan wood. And I'm gonna heat the two up together and use wood and charcoal as my heat source instead of just mainly charcoal. So I got my Ziti here, ready to bake. I'm gonna shoot for a temperature of about 450 degrees. Just gonna cook that for 20-25 minutes, just until everything's nice and bubbly, cheese is melted, and it just looks delicious. It's definitely got a really pronounced smoke flavor, which is nice. Pasta's al dente, the sauce is nice and rich, it's cheesy, and you never have pasta really at home that has a smoke flavor to it. This is a great way to make pasta night a little bit more interesting, and it's always nice to have a reason to get outside and get that kettle fired up. That's all I got today. I'm Steve with Adrenaline Barbecue Company, where we didn't invent the kettle, we perfected it.